Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into the video, I just want to tell you two things. First of all, towards the end of this video, I'm going to talk about a large item that was gifted to me. So, I mean, it's amazing, but just to kind of bear that in mind, we're going to get into it. Second, the end of this week, I'm going to have a big haircut, and I am raising money for the Little Princess Trust, who make wigs for, I don't know if it's just for children or young people in general, who have lost their hair due to cancer treatments. So I would absolutely love if you would follow the link below. You can either donate via Instagram or via a Just Giving page, whichever you feel more comfortable with. I would love you forever. Because once I started looking into donating my hair, I found out that it cost them £700 to make a wig, beyond the fact that someone's donated their hair. So people could be donating their hair left and right, but if they never raise enough money to make the wigs, then the hair is just completely wasted. So I would love for you to do that. I did have a stress dream last night that I cut all my hair off myself and didn't save it. I think it's really on my mind at the moment. But yeah, I'll let you get into the video now. I'll throw you to me previously, who started this video. Today we're going to do a bit of a monthly favourite. Someone actually messaged me yesterday and said, would I bring the monthly favourites back? I actually already thought I might do one this month because it's been a quarter and I haven't. And although I don't think, I used to do Friday favourites every single week, and it just kind of got, I felt like it got a little bit too repetitive. And I have talked about a lot of these things already, but I thought it was probably worth putting them all in one video just in case you missed the other ones, because these are things that I feel like you should know about. So I am makeup free right now, you may be able to tell. I thought I would use that opportunity to give some of these a kind of in action shot. So this is the Curel, I think it's called Hydrating Water Essence. It is so refreshing. Absolutely love it. Someone told me that they do one in a spray can, which feels a little bit more like spendy to me. But for now, I have this one, which I literally just, as you can see, splash on my hand, splash on my face. And I feel like it adds a kind of a hydrating layer between my skin and whatever it is that's going to go on next. Whatever it is that's going to go on next is going to be an SPF. I was wondering where it was. It's here. The Vichy SPF is the one I'm using at the moment, but I was just sent a new one that I will try once this one's finished. I definitely have gotten into the habit of using this more often. I can't tell you I use it every single day. That's the plan, but specifically for hyperpigmentation and aging, I do try. At least when I know I'm going to leave the house, or I'm sitting in front of this particular window all day. A lot of the time I sit in the house, I don't leave the house, and I'm kind of almost in the dark. Not great for my mental health either, but that feels slightly less necessary. But when I'm going to be sitting here all day, I'm going to be working at this desk, there's a full-on window in front of me, so all the more. I also have this Niacinamide L'Oreal Bright Reveal. This came in with a package of stuff this week. And so I've only had it for, not this week, last week. So I've only had it for about a week. But I'm really enjoying it. As you know, I'm a bit of a connoisseur of niacinamide. I can't open it because my hands are greasy now from the sunscreen. And the Primark one is still my favourite in terms of like texture and what it does. But I have been enjoying this underneath my makeup, which there's not a lot of products that I like for underneath my makeup. I don't like a lot of layers, but this is kind of smooth and velvety, kind of plays quite well with the base that I'm going to put on after this. And again, niacinamide is really good for dark spots. My card was full, but as I was saying, niacinamide is really good for dark spots and evening out any kind of oil, and I'm pretty oily, I am. Something else that I've been using recently is the NYX Brow Glue. So you can kind of see here, I mean, you can definitely see, let me zoom you in, that my old microblading has kind of tinted red, pink, whatever you want to call it. So I've been on the fence about whether or not I want to get it redone. Again, greasy hands. And I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. So what I've been doing is I'm using two products at the moment to try and kind of maximize on the brow that I have to not have to mess with more microblading. So I've been using this to kind of like Anastasia, I don't know, brow gel, you know, the brow freeze that everybody talks about. Although when I brush them up, you can see patches in different places. But I've been using this to try and get that kind of, what's it called? Laminated brow look. That's kind of how I've been doing my brows recently. Just trying to put them in place, but there's not a lot of brow. So it's just to kind of try to hide that little bit there, but they do need a little bit of filling in still. So how I've been growing my brows is with Rapid Brow. If you've never used this before, it's absolutely incredible. It absolutely works. I've used this a few times over the years. The only thing is that it only works for the hair cycle while you're using it. So if you use it permanently, then it'll be permanent. But if you stop using it, the hair will become less again. Same with your eyelashes. If you use a product for your eyelashes, it's not a permanent, oh wow, now I've got really long eyelashes. It's going to only work for the hair cycle that it worked for. So as those hairs shed, it will stop working for them. So I bought the Rapid Brow when I was genuinely considering like booking an appointment and having a consultation for more microblading, or I was going to do powder brows. I'm not against it. I think that microblading gave a different shape to my face. It totally opened my face up because I had such like nothingness brows, and even with the like pink leftovers, it still does that. It's not what I want. I don't want that leftover pink, but it still does frame my face with a shape that my brows don't have naturally. So I am still seriously considering doing the powder brow thing, but for now, this one's better than the other one, which is annoying because this is my good side. It looks better. It definitely looks better. And the NYX stuff is pretty good. It is. It's not my usual bag, but it is pretty good. Right, so on to the base. And you know I'm going to talk about this if you've seen any of my beauty content this month, because it's been just my pride and joy. The NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. The shade I have is Terre-Neuve. I know that they're all named after places, but I have never heard of that. So please, somebody tell me if I'm getting that all kinds of wrong. I specifically put it on a brush so that I could paint around my eyebrow, which I don't usually do. But since I've been using this brow gel, I feel like I should. Usually I just kind of go over them, and that helps knock out the pink. But as I've been using Rapid Brow, it does kind of dry the area, which is not ideal. But yeah, this tinted moisturiser. So I did a review of it first. My hair? It's early in the morning. It's like 6:30 when I'm filming this. My skin was really dry at the time, and so I didn't really get the best from it because it kind of clung to all of those dry areas around my chin, which I knew it was going to do, but everywhere else on my face, it performed so well that I thought, I need to persevere with this. Literally 2 days later, I used it and it was absolutely incredible, and I've not used anything since then. It is amazing. If you do have particularly dry and flaky skin, it might not be for you, but then what foundation product is? What foundation product doesn't make that look worse? It's not really anything against the base. It's just, it's gonna cling to those areas. So I didn't see it as like a major negative at the time, but once I used it on my skin, once it wasn't like that, wow, wow, wow. Absolutely amazing. I just love it. I love the finish that it gives. It doesn't do anything about oil control is the thing, but as I'm getting older, I'm realising oil control is not all it cracks up to be. I mean, the niacinamide underneath definitely helps, but it's youthful. Oil is youthful. It is what gives us that beautiful natural glow that we're trying to avoid. This, at some point, I didn't turn it off, and now it's so messy I can't turn it off. This is the Beauty Pie Quick Contour. I got it in light. I did a whole video about the Beauty Pie stuff. I'm having to try and find a way of lightly applying this because I didn't switch it off. But it's fine. It's fine. It's just become a little bit messy. This, I said at the time, it was like a hybrid between the Charlotte Tilbury one that I really wasn't all that impressed with. The Charlotte Tilbury one to me was like more of a sheer gel type consistency, and I didn't find that it blended out all that well, which was really surprising to me because everyone absolutely raves about it. Oh, I've already put some on me. Oh no. So yeah, it was kind of surprising. And then I tried the Primark one, not thinking it was going to be, my expectations were much lower for that one. And I was so much more impressed. I've used the Primark one constantly since I got it until I got this. So this feels like a hybrid of the two. The Primark one has got more oomph, it's got more colour in it, and it blends out so much nicer. And this is more of that kind of lightweight, slightly kind of semi-sheer, but it still blends really nicely and there's more colour to it. So if you were going to get any of them, because the Primark one, it's much cheaper, but it's not all that easy to get hold of, this is amazing. This is worth getting, like, you know, if you're going to do the one-off introductory, don't have to pay for the Beauty Pie subscription. You're going to do that one time, do it and get that. And then this is another product from Beauty Pie. It's the Fresh Faced Super Chic Blush. And it basically has fulfilled all of my Marissa Cooper Coral California blush dreams. In the past, I have amassed so many coral cheeks, but also like a sheer lip in the same kind of vibe. And I have had it in mind that I was going to make a whole video about Marissa Cooper makeup. I mean, really now, right now, before I cut my hair, this is it. I'm as Marissa Cooper in terms of like colouring and hair as I'm ever going to be. So maybe, no, I don't have time. I'm literally having my hair cut in like a day. But this 100%, this like, it did everything for me that I wanted it to. This was a serious standout. I might love it more than the foundation. I don't know. The two things from Beauty Pie were really did bowl me over. I was so impressed. Nothing for my eyes. In fact, I think that might be beauty just generally done. I wanted to have a rant about paint. Oh, this is why. Wait, where have I put it? It was here. I was like, when I talk about this is what I'm going to show you. I bought this thing on Amazon and it is magic. It's supposed to be for like travel pills, so like you can put different kind of pills in all the different compartments, which is what I bought it for like when we go away. But I've just decanted all my painkillers into it, and it's just so much more compact than loads of those little silver, you know, pill things around. I love it. How cool is this? So I have a little bit of a rant. If you've been watching my vlogs, you'll know what this rant's going to be about. But I posted the other day, I found an old vlog. I was looking for something in an old vlog, and I found me 9 years ago with very short blonde hair, saying I'd just been to the doctor, and the doctor had told me that there was not a lot I could do, and I'd had some blood tests and everything was fine, and that I shouldn't take glucosamine because it was absolutely nonsense. And this was like the beginning of my journey of, please will a doctor help me with this pain that I've got in my neck/back. It's ebbed and flowed over the years, but at least for the past 5 years, it's been a real constant. This is a pain that radiates in the middle of my shoulder blades. It goes from one side to the other. Sometimes it goes down my arm. Right now, I can't feel this thumb. What does that mean? I don't know, but the doctors are driving me insane at this point. They cancelled my repeat prescription. It was a whole thing. I sent a letter of complaint to my GP's office. Never in my life. I don't complain about things. If someone sent me my food and it was wrong, I would just eat it. I don't complain about things, but I was like pushed to my limit, as we joke about Alan from The Hangover. I was at my wit's end. It was a lot. Anyway, that's been like a huge topic of conversation in the vlogs recently, that I was just not a huge topic of conversation, but I felt like it took over an entire vlog, me just ranting about the doctors and my general pain. So for about a month, I've had a chair that I was like, when do I mention this chair? Because I wanted to kind of get to a point where I was like, I had it exactly how I wanted it. I've actually ordered wheels for it. Anyway, I decided I'll mention it in today's favourites. Because of all of the things that have been a favourite this month, this chair it has to be number one because of the pain situation. So this was sent to me by Flexispot, same people that sent me my standing desk that I used for like 2-3 years, and now I've put that in front of a treadmill in the garage. The reason that I took the standing desk down from this room is I moved into this room. I ended up building it out with a lot of storage, and I just didn't feel like I had as much space for it in here as I did in the other room. So we put it downstairs in front of there, and it means that I can go and like put up my laptop and I can still use it in front of the treadmill. But now I'm at a completely different desk setup, and I was looking for the perfect desk chair, and this isn't a desk chair, but it's amazing. So this is me at my desk. I've got my computer on two different my monitors on two different like arms. And then I have downside of me, for those of you who are worried about like where things go, this is how I sit. So I sit completely comfortably. I have my mouse and my keyboard. I'm looking straight ahead. It is eye level. I think this is all cool in terms of like comfort. And then this is so supportive. It's just like the most comfortable I could possibly be for long stints, because between my regular desk job and then my editing, I can be in here for like 14 hours as one big stretch, which is a lot of time. So that's already amazing. However, it does this as well, which is a little bit special. So when I'm on a super long shift, or if I'm doing a gaming video or just playing games, this is the most comfortable. I mean, I feel like I could sleep in this, which I haven't, but I feel like I could. You know, a little lunchtime nap. And then if that wasn't good enough, there's also this. So, I mean, you probably have guessed, but it's all plugged in back here. And if I press power, the whole thing starts to vibrate. It also heats the lumbar area. You can choose where you want it to vibrate, what kind of intensity, what kind of mode it vibrates on, which, listen, each to their own. But if I get it vibrating my shoulders, it actually hits where my shoulders are. The issue I've got with like massage things is because I'm really short in the torso, which I know I've mentioned a lot, but this is relevant in this instance. Like I actually bought one of those massage pads, which I keep thinking maybe I should put on this chair. But I've had it for years and years and years, and I could only really ever use it properly when it was on the floor, because it would massage my head instead of my shoulders. The way that it had been laid out was definitely for a tall man's body, not for mine. So what I really liked was that when this is supposed to massage my shoulders, it is vibrating my shoulders, which is really, really nice. And again, when the pain has been like, I feel like I'm crawling out of my skin, driving me absolutely insane, and I don't want to take any more painkillers, and I'm working, because that's the main issue. Like, I can't be taking these painkillers while I'm working because it makes me feel so sleepy. I can often have conversations. Sometimes I'll take something and film a video. I can hear myself slurring my words. It's not conducive with like just regular life. So being able to have a little bit of something like some heat, some vibration on my shoulders while I'm working has been amazing. Obviously, this is like a serious bougie thing to have as your office chair. But when they offered it to me, how could I say no? It just came at the absolute most perfect time. It does have one more function, which I'm not using, but hey, I feel like if everything seizes up any further, this is probably going to be something that's necessary. But it also lifts. So it's one of those like helps you get out of the chairs. I feel like I'm like a robot. So yeah, it does this. And the only thing now is that I want to put it on wheels, because it is such a bulky chair and I don't have a tremendous amount of space right here. What I want to do is put it on wheels so that I can just kind of like push away and I can open this drawer a little bit better. I can get to things. I can maybe move it out of the way so I'm doing something else in here. So yeah, that's the only other thing. And I don't think that they're coming from the UK because they're taking forever. I ordered them like 2 weeks ago, and I was going to wait to show you like this is the final thing, but I'll show you another look. I'll show you in a vlog. That was a huge thing this month to kind of improve my life, honestly. And they were all the beauty things that I wanted to mention. It's been a really pared down month. I've tried a lot of new things, but they're the things that I used them and I was instantly impressed. I just was wow, 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 straight away. Do you know what? The brows don't look that bad. I'm looking now and they don't look that bad. I'm so torn. What do you think? I know every time I talk about this, someone's like, powder brows. And my friend has powder brows and they look amazing on her. Really, really great. But everyone is different. They're not going to fade the same way for everyone. I was recently looking at micro needling. I was like 100%, I'm all in. I'm definitely doing this. Definitely doing micro needling. I looked at all the before and afters. It sounded like exactly what I'm looking for. I am committed to no injectables. I'm not doing Botox. I'm not doing filler. I promise you, you will not see me. Like if I do filler or Botox, we will be having a very large conversation surrounding that way ahead of me actually having anything done, because I truly at this point can say hand on heart, I really don't think I'm going to do it at all in any time. But you can never say never. So things like medical grade skincare, you know, like lasers, peels, stuff like that, I'm all in. I'll try all those things. However, there is an issue with heat with my melasma, my pigmentation. Heat can cause that to get worse. That's like lasers can get hot. Obviously, chemical peels, they can. There's loads of things like that that I'm like, well, I'd really need a consultation. I'd need to go to someone reputable who will actually say no, because I've done that before. And microneedling and everything about it, I thought, no, this sounds great. And then I remembered I'm prone to keloid scarring. So I have 2 scars on the back of my hand. You probably won't be able to see, but I do have, can you see them? Let me point one out. That's one. Just zoom you in and see if you can see it in a different light. But I do, though, there's one there, you can see it. And I think the other one's around here somewhere. I can't see it in the screen. But I have 2 here, and they are from my C-sections. Obviously, they're not my C-sections. They're from the IV from my C-sections. And they were like 13 and 18 years old here. So that's crazy. Tiny little needles, really. I get scars from everything. So I kind of had a kind of come to Jesus moment of like, oh no, oh my God, what if I'd done that and had a million tiny scars all over my face when I'm going in to try and improve skin texture and melasma. Like imagine everything that I almost pulled the trigger on. Because a few years ago I was like, I'm doing it, I'm having Botox here, I see myself constantly and this line is driving me crazy. And then I have a moment before I actually pull the trigger and I realise that that might be a terrible idea, and what if something bad happens? Like what if they put Botox all over here and I get a tiny little scar where every needle has gone? I'm going to wish I just had the line. And so that's kind of what happened with the microneedling, because that was dead set. I was like, if someone will do it tomorrow, I'll do it. And then I had an epiphany. I do remember having my microblading done the last time, and I mentioned to her, I was like joking while she was doing it, like, oh, well, you know, all my other tattoos are really raised and I'm really prone to keloid scarring and blah, blah. And she was like, as she was doing it, like, you maybe should have brought this up before we started. Yikes. But I'd already had it done by that point, so it must be different. And my fine line tattoo, it's not raised at all. So it must be something to do with like the trauma, how thick the needle is and like how deep it goes. I don't know, I've got to drink this coffee before it goes cold. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will leave everything linked below. Go and check out Flexispot. They do some amazing things if you are like me, struggling with, you know, just like aches and pains. A standing desk is amazing. And they do these fantastic chairs as well, which is just like, if I had this in the living room, I would never share it. I don't have to share it because it's in my office, but if I had this in the living room, I'd be fighting people off. So yeah, that is everything that I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, I will look quite different, so look out for that.
To get back the life I used to know.